What's up, YouTube? What's up, Raider Nation? It's 510 Raider, and the best way I can describe this past Sunday is rinse and repeat. It wasn't just another loss, it was our third straight loss, the longest losing streak under head coach Antonio Pierce. It was another loss at SoFi Stadium. The Raiders are now 1-6 at SoFi. And we also lost our starting quarterback. Prayers to Aiden O'Connell. I hope he has a speedy recovery. All of us thought he would be the starter entering week one. I know a lot of Raider fans wanted the starter to be Aiden O'Connell. And because of that, I know a lot of Raider fans are out there rooting for him. So, I hope he has a speedy recovery. Now, this game is one where I had to give the defense the benefit of the doubt. I was getting annoyed by the typical moments where we had horrible tackling. I remember in the second half, CBS put the graphic that the Raiders had 83 missed tackles on the season, which is the most in the NFL. And the Raiders missed some more tackles after that stat was showed, so I'm pretty sure it's at least 90 now. But due to the fact that the offense put the defense in horrible positions in this game, the defense actually did play well. They almost pitched a shutout in the first half. And overall, allowed only 14 points the whole game. The score was 20-15, but one of the Rams' touchdowns was a defensive touchdown. Defensively, my favorite moment in this game was after that BS roughing the passer penalty on Max Crosby. He came back the very next play, and the way he sacked Matthew Stafford, you would have thought he got hit by a truck. It just looked funny. And after the sack, Crosby starts talking trash to Stafford. It kind of looked like he was pointing at the Rams bench and pointing at the referee like, yeah, throw another roughing the passer penalty on me. And also, shout out to Robert Spillane. Thanks to him, Nate Hobbs got an interception. And no disrespect to Nate Hobbs, but I actually wish Spillane would have gotten that interception. He's played his ass off all season long. He deserved that interception. But good for Nate Hobbs for being in the right place at the right time to get this defense a desperately needed turnover. We only have 3 turnovers on the season, and that's the least in the NFL. Now to my number one issue during this whole game, and that is this damn offense. I think I speak for every Raider fan out there. We are sick and tired of these turnovers. We had a season high 4 turnovers. We actually lead the NFL with 16 turnovers, 10 interceptions, and 6 fumbles. Every single game this season so far, we've turned the ball over. We haven't had one damn game with 0 turnovers. That's what'll get you a 2-5 record. And those 2 wins, you had to come from behind from a 10-point deficit. Antonio Pierce preached that he was telling the team, ball security, ball control, you need to respect that and not turn the ball over. And we go out and have a season high with 4. And what's crazy to me is watching this offense so far this season. When me and one of my good friends were watching a recap Sunday night, I'm not sure what made me think of it, but I thought all the way back to training camp when I was listening to Raider Nation radio. And I'm listening to the host talk about how the Raiders' defense is so far ahead of the offense and that the defense was just on everything. They were flying around everywhere, creating turnovers, talking about how Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell would have moments where they would make great throws. But outside of that, neither one of them were taking the job away from each other. But their train of thought was this defense picked up where it left off from last season, and that the offense is just going up against a pretty good defense. So it made a lot of people think that maybe throughout the season, the offense would just get better because the defenses that we're going to be playing against probably aren't going to be as good as our defense. And what's crazy to me is the way this offense has looked 7 games into the regular season is exactly the way we were told it looked in training camp. Turning the ball over constantly. And the fact that the defense hasn't picked up where it left off from last year, I think it's safe to say this defense was just practicing against an offense that almost looks like a damn joke. I mean, the offense put together 4 solid drives. The only thing that sucks is they settled for field goals all game. They got into the red zone 3 or 4 times and couldn't punch it in for a touchdown. And when you think of it, it's crazy to think If the Rams don't get their defensive touchdown, the Raiders possibly win this game 15-14. Possibly. Not saying it would have happened. Antonio Pierce is preaching again this week, ball security and not turning the ball over, and he told the media that in this game, going up against the Chiefs, the back-to-back defending Super Bowl champions, we need to have 0 turnovers. You cannot turn the ball over and give Patrick Mahomes more opportunities, because he will make you pay. Do I expect to win this game? No. Will it surprise me if the Chiefs blow the Raiders out? No. Will it surprise me if the Raiders actually win this game? No. And I say that because even though last year is last year, and it's not going to be Aiden O'Connell behind center, the Raiders are the last team to beat the Chiefs. Since Christmas Day last year, the Chiefs have won 12 in a row. And they've never lost a game at Allegiant Stadium. So we'll see how this one goes. But that's all I got for y'all this week. I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope the week has gone great for all of you so far, and I hope everyone has a great weekend.